No, 6, 7.
ああ、そうだ。言うのを忘れていたが、俺は今度の土日は出張でいないから。
Oh, really? What a coincidence.
あら、私もよ。
Oh, really? What a coincidence. Both of them looked astonished, astounded that I had any reaction. After all, they were gone for work most of the time anyway.
どうかしたか?
No, nothing. My buffer. Oh, come on. I don't need to depend on my parents for this. I have a wife now. I'm not a kid anymore. Well, it's not official, but sure. I need to suppress my urges with sheer reason and get it together. Luna wanted to summon Mephisto as soon as possible. What kind of husband would I be if I couldn't help her with that? He is no reaction. Unbeknownst to the sexual battle in my heart, Luna, in your heart, huh? Luna expressionlessly chewed her cereal. The first class was over, and Luna popped in.
Megumi? お礼を言いに来たです。ありがとう。何が?
That's why.
写真集のことです。ああ、どういたしまして。どうだった？可愛かったでしょう。特に土管に入ってるやつとか最高だったでしょ。
I didn't even look at them once, so I was lost as they talked about the photo books. Luna's expression wasn't as vibrant as Shibuyan's beaming face, but I could tell she was happy. From her smile or her expression, she's still... You can tell it and you can hear it in her voice that...
いよいよ買いたくなってきた?
Oops. I did it again.
そうなったら私に言ってよね.
Shibuyan patted Luna on the shoulder.
いい店紹介してあげるからさ.
Later that day at night. Six, 8. I was antsy the whole day. Bro, talk about a mega fucking blue balls. At breakfast. And on the way to school. Class was white noise to me. I could barely taste my lunch since my mind was so preoccupied. It was no different on the way home, as I was fixated only on one thing. But in contrast to my anxiousness, Luna seemed like her usual stoic self. Unlike me, she couldn't quite vividly imagine the situation playing before her. Plus, I was the only one who would orgasm. At dinner, Shirahase asked me if I wanted the stamina stir-fry while he rolled his eyes. And at night, I sat on my knees waiting for her to come. So that you could, I guess I didn't need to hold that position for no reason. Yes? I tried to scramble to my feet, but I fell over.
大丈夫です?
Yeah, I'm fine. My leg's just asleep.
どうぞ.
Thanks. I took a hand and stood up. Ow, ow, ow. I finally realized that the reason I fell wasn't just because my leg was asleep.
本当に大丈夫です. いきなり股間を押さえて。
Yeah, I wonder why. Yeah, I'm fine. Sorry I was acting weird. Luna seemed genuinely worried. I gave a toothy grin to calm her.
私
Relatively unaffected, she continued speaking with a dejected expression.
自分が昔は病に侵されていたせいでしょうか。そういう姿を見ると心配になってしまうです。
I felt healthy as a horse, so I didn't know what she meant by as such. Luna continued speaking.
私は病気を患っていたです。
An illness? Really?
死病。
The fact that she recovered from something like that was cause for rejoice. Hey, I'm not sick. It was my fault she was so concerned, so I decided to just be honest. My penis was just stuck. I mean, my censored was just stuck. Yeah, in my pants. And when I put a lot of pressure on it, it kinda hurts.
意外に繊細なんです。あんなにカチカチで頑丈そうなのに。
Yeah, it is. Really, it needs to be treated gently, okay? With what was about to happen on my mind, I mentioned it just in case.
繊細なので優しく扱う。覚えたです。ところで、もう勃起している。
She mumbled and looked over at my shelf.
ユータの好きなエッチなゲームが入ったパソコンも起動していないようです。また自然とふっくらしたんです。おととい、そんなことがあったですが。
In addition to her extreme curiosity, she had an impeccable memory. No, it's natural. Yeah, but it doesn't just randomly get hard. I was thinking about what's going to happen, and it got me like this.
この後のことを。
When we were in the bath, I told you I was aroused by you, and I got erect.
そういうことですか。
Luna's cheeks got slightly red and she smiled. I didn't think I had ever seen this expression on her.
ユータにそう言われると、やっぱり嬉しいです。では、始めたいです。スキンシップと精液の採取。
This is procurement? It didn't really matter either way. My excitement grew and my penis curled upward in my pants.
ユータ、どうすればいいか教えてください。
I nodded. Yeah. Is the floor okay? Can you sit? ここから出せばいいです。 Yeah. Pull the zipper down. I think this is gonna be like the first actual H scene where it's them actually doing it together instead of just them being naked together in the bath. Being undressed like this was a first for me, and even that was immensely arousing.
盛り上がっているです。
And then take it out of my boxes.
こうです。
She used both hands to pull down my boxes. Even that tiny stimulation sent waves of pleasure rippling through my back. Six, 9. Oh, really? What a coincidence that the day they decide to fuck is on is the 9th of June. You can't make that shit up. Well, the next day was Sunday, so I couldn't just pace around waiting for sex. I had to keep my bonobo tendencies at bay somehow. So I decided to take her on a date.
デート。なんですそれは。
I mean,
ないんですか?
there is something tasty called a date. That sounds like something Karen would say. I couldn't tell how serious she was. She was being with a flat expression. A date, you know, it's when lovers go out somewhere for fun. Is there anywhere you want to go?
どういうものだかわからないですが、まだしたことがないので、好奇心は覚えるです。
Also, this must be annoying for the YouTube watchers because it's going to be constantly like black screening to transition out of like H scenes, quote unquote, because I decided that the bath scene was to be Patreon exclusive. Oopsies. Yeah, let's just head out somewhere. We have good weather today as well.
お待たせです。
Man, she's cute. The sheer joy of taking a girl this cute on a date was making my head buzz.
どうかしたです?
No, let's hold hands today. I gently took her hand in mine.
昨日、あなたのおちんちんを握った手で、今は手を握っているです。
Don't remind him. Let's not talk about that outside.
でも今はユータしかいないです。
Yeah, huh. No, but I would be conscious of it if she talked about it. Conscious of how soft this little hand felt wrapped around my censored. Wait, no, dick was not censored. She hasn't said dick, she said penis and cock. Those two were censored. This dick was not censored, which means I don't need to say it. But I shook it off. It wasn't good to, I mean, I can't say it. It wasn't good to have my mind in the gutter all the time. Where should we go? It's a pointless question. Is it a pointless question to you, I guess? Is it a pointless question to you, I guess?
ユータにお任せするです。ただ、先に寄りたいところがあります。
Where?
本屋さん。
With that, we headed to the bookstore first. Luna's head was on a swivel as she walked. I loved seeing her curiosity come out so naturally, but seeing a girl wander aimlessly, I can't help but wonder. I didn't think I had ever I didn't think I had ever felt that way. Discovering a bevy of emotions, it wasn't a phenomenon exclusive to Luna. Falling in love with someone so surely brought on a lot of new and unknown emotions. Sorry. Did that hurt? I unconsciously tightened my grip around her hand.
痛くはないです。
She flatly denied it and continued her detailed observation of her surroundings.
こうして手をつないだり、腕を組むでも、ユータと触れていると、私はなんだか安心できるです。
I'd hope it would. So that's why she felt comfortable enough to look around aimlessly, as she continued doing while speaking. What kind of book are you gonna buy? A comic? Or perhaps a novel?
教科書。
A textbook? What kind of... Oh, a cat one? In that case, you should just ask Shibuya.
いえ、セックスの。
I told you not to talk about that outside. Talk like that outside.
失礼。では、外では代わりになんて言うです？セクロス？
Stay cross? Come on. That was just a Nintendo game. People online used to use it as a code word for sex. Apparently she's in touch with internet slang, considering even though she's only been exposed to it for like 3 months. I figured I needed to check with her, so I pulled her off to the side of the street. I decided to get a crepe for us to share as well. I leaned in close to her and whispered, "What the heck's that supposed to mean?"
どういうことも、そういうことです。セックスの本来的な目的は生殖。とはいえ、そればかりではないものと思われます。であれば、その何たるか、機微に前もって触れておくのも悪くないと思ったです。
I see. That wasn't a bad idea indeed.
よく知らないですから。ユータは知っているです？
I can't claim to know too much of the specifics.
ああいう行為には喜びが伴っていてしかるべきだと思うです。
Okay, well that part is obvious. Her words were starting to sound appropriate for outside discussion.
昨日、ユータは喜んでいましたし。
Well, yeah.
苦悩を突き抜けて歓喜に至れ。という名言があるですが。
Is that Beethoven?
それはきっとこのことを指しているです。
No, Yeah, I don't think so. Don't make your mouth into that diamond shape.
それにしてもこのクレープ美味しいです。
Yeah, so you actually do have preferences. She always ate food so mechanically, so I had to ask.
もともと好き嫌いがないわけではないです。ただ以前はそれを表に出すだけの感情に乏しかったというだけのことです。
I see. Okay, so you like the cereal you ate every morning? You eat every morning?
あれは好き。
How about wagashi?
和菓子はあんまり。
Luna ate the crepe with joy. She probably preferred Western snacks. There wasn't anything I was interested in buying, so I waited outside. Just imagining going to the register with her holding a book about sex was making me cringe. Yeah, it's like going to the convenience store to buy condoms. I might be overthinking it though, but you know,
お待たせです。
condoms don't exist in Erogay world. You got it? You get it?
レジのお姉さんに生温かい目で見られたです。
Really? Really?
そこで念のため違うんです。お兄ちゃんに頼まれたんです。
Why did you say...
言い訳しておきました。
Why did you say brother? You could have just said boyfriend, man. That kind of makes it even weirder.
電車に乗るのも久しぶりです。
A long time. Was it when we donated blood? Luna nodded. Wow. I was sure you'd write it again out of curiosity.
マテリアル集めの方が楽しいですから。
Luna always brought her staff to collect materials. As a mode of transportation, it was undoubtedly easier and faster.
でも電車は電車で興味深いです。つり革とか。
Luna stared up at the hanging handles above the seats. Are you thinking about doing pull-ups?
特進術。
No, it's because that's what you did the first time you were on the train. You mentioned it when we went to donate blood.
ふむ、成長がないですね。では今度は逆上がりとか。
That's maturation in the wrong direction. Now, I didn't have a direction in mind, so we randomly explored town. Luna still had her hand tightly in mine, and examined her surroundings with intrigue.
人が多いです。
Do you dislike crowded places?
うん。
Oh, okay. Well, let's go somewhere with no people. I thought for a second, then led us toward the park by the station. I remembered hearing that there was a cool park up on a hill. I hadn't been there before, so I didn't know much about it. Oh, whoa. This place is pretty neat. Is this place okay? Of course it wasn't empty, but it was loads better than in front of the station. After glancing around, I could see it was mostly couples. It's all couples around here, huh? I mean, it certainly lives up to the rumors.
何かあるんです？元気の出るマテリアルが取れるとか。
No, just the vibe. It's up high, so the view is good too. I pulled her hand and walked us over to the fence. I'm sure the night view is really nice too. Well, I guess it won't faze us at this point.
でも、こういうのもいいと思います。
Luna put her hand on the fence and squinted happily at the city below. Yeah. I slowly released her hand and moved up to her shoulders. Luna cuddled in closer. It was so nice, relaxing and gazing at the town below in silence. This is nice, here like this. This cozy feeling. It must be happiness. This is my first time feeling this too.
ゆうたも？
Yeah, being in love, being with you. I'm discovering emotions I never knew.
私だけではなかったんですね。
Yeah, that shit rhymed. Right. I smiled broadly and pulled her in even tighter. Her body was even slimmer than than it looked, but girls had a special kind of softness to them. That softness always brought me a warm, pleasant sense of joy. Liking someone, being in love, and wanting to make love. It was embarrassing to say, but it was better to be direct with Luna. I really am feeling this for the first time. Luna mumbled me too and nodded.
私もあなたに我が身を捧げたい。そんなことを思うです。でも、それはすでに私のマナも教えているからとか、そういう理由ではなくて、好きだから。
Yeah. We didn't speak much after that. We passed the time gazing out over the city. Luna tended to get distracted easily, but she was so calm the whole time. We got dinner at some Italian restaurant and made our way back to the station.
たまには甘露亭ではないお店も美味しいです。
Yeah, it'd be cool if they opened up a restaurant over here too. We walked holding hands again. Thinking about what was to come made my palms sweat. Alright, my parents aren't here tonight either. Well, that was just perfect. I mean, you know, you'd also probably be able to do it in her house too. Luna's gestures were more pronounced for some reason. She was swinging the bag back and forth from the bookstore. When she noticed me looking at her, she smiled broadly.
なんだかワクワクしたような心地です。こういう心境、なんて言いましたっけ？
God damn it.
てんさん？
What? Who are you, Josu? No, tension, right?
それです。テンションが高めとはこのことです。
Okay, that wasn't a reference I knew. It's probably because it was Japanese. Luna swung the bag around in a full loop. She was usually so mellow, but here she was, tense and excited. Seeing her like that made me grin uncontrollably.
帰ったら先にこれに目を通すです。いいです？
Yeah, that's fine. But I think we should decide on the time. I need to prepare mentally.
では、9時頃に行くです。
Got it. Okay. See you then. Usually, I wouldn't have done so, but this time, as I said goodbye, I waited until she was inside. She really did look excited from behind as she trotted into her house. Yes? I thought I had mentally prepared myself, but I still squeaked out a response.
こんばんはです。
Evening. We stood in the middle of my room, looking at one another silently. Neither of us had any idea what to talk about. Was the book helpful? I tried to start a conversation to lighten the mood.
一通りのことは知ることができたように思うです。さっきユータも言っていましたが、心の準備にも一役買ってくれました。
Are you nervous?
それほどでもないですが、ただ、異物が自分の体内に入るわけですから、どうなのかなという感覚はありました。
I see. I wonder if all girls feel that way at first.
ただ、いくら本を読んだところで、それは机上位、もとい、机上の知識に過ぎません。
Wow. So that must be on her mind.
そこ
Luna?
で、昨日の今日ですが、また改めて観察してから、あなたを受け入れたいです。
Ah. Luna then reached down into my pants. But if you do that...
出したくなったら、そのまま射精してくれて構わないです。
No, what I'm thinking of is the opposite. If I come first, then we'll have issues after. It'll be empty. I'll have to wait a while to recover. The book didn't teach her about the refractory period.
ああ、そんなこともあろうかと。
Or it did? With almost dramatic timing, she slipped a hand into her breast pocket.
これを、そういえば、前にも渡したですよね。
Oh, cocaine. Yeah, that's right. I still have some. I took the white powder off my desk.
ではそれを飲んでください。 鼻から吸い込むのではなくて。
I still couldn't get over my fear of this powder. Well, she's recommending it so strongly, it wouldn't hurt to try it at least once. I decided to give it a shot. Not for me, but for her. Okay, hang on. I'll get some water. I opened the paper bag and it was in. It really just looked like some kind of medicinal powder.
構成マテリアルの一つにシャトーカエデの樹液があるので、きっと甘いと思うです。
What else is in the powder? I gulped it down without another thought. Yep, sure was sweet. Glug gulp, glug, phew.
ああ、とうとう飲んじゃった。
Why? What?
冗談です。でもすぐに効果が現れてきませんか？お腹の底からカッカと燃えてくるような。
What? Oh! Whoa! He was right. Then that building heat all converged at one point. What? My loins instantly became heavy and I let out a strange groan.
これで心配はいりません。では早速。いいですね。
Yeah. I hesitated before, but now I don't want to wait another second to get started. Damn. A crippling sleepiness came over me after I got out of the bath and said bye to Luna. I went straight to bed. N. Honk shoe. Huh? What the? My legs feel chilly. I stretched my body out and rubbed my eyes. I was awake. Okay. The only reason why I didn't stop the recording earlier, right after the H scene, was because, not because of the thunder, but because I thought that there would be another H scene after, but there's a pause in between. Morning.
おはようです。
Phew. So sleepy. What the heck, Luna? My blanket was off me, and my pants and underwear were around my ankles, which explained the breeze I felt. Okay, no, I was right. There was another hate scene. God damn it. I hurried to get myself covered. Luna just stood entranced, staring at my lower half. Once my member was concealed, she looked up at my face. I'm getting mixed messages here, game.
お母様に言われて寝坊のユータを起こしに来たです。ユータが布団を剥いでいたので股間の盛り上がりに気がつきました。はて、寝ているのになぜ勃起しているのかしらと思い観察してみたです。
This is morning wood.
朝立ち？
I'll explain it later. We're gonna be late. Oh, that's why there's not a hate scene yet. I threw my stuff together and booked it downstairs, but my parents weren't there. Dang, gotta hurry and eat. I crammed all the food on the table into my mouth, but Luna just ate at a normal pace as she spoke to me.
で、朝立ちというのは？
That was still on her mind. It's like, you are just a natural phenomenon.
食べながら喋るのは良くないです。
I tried my best, okay? You're the one who asked. I swallowed my mouthful and spoke again. It's like a natural phenomenon.
生理現 象?
It just happens on its own. You can ask why, but I think it's still a mystery.
ふーん。てっきりエッチな夢でも見ていたかと思ったです。
No, if he was having a wet dream, he would have been coming in his sleep. I mean, that's not it. No.
ふむ。それで、朝立ちによる勃起は通常の勃起とは違うんです。
Hmm? What do you mean?
ゆうべのユータは元気がなかったですから。つまり、子種がなくてもなるのが自然現象。
I don't know. Anyway, all I need is a night's rest and I'm recovered. Luna nodded. What a weird thing to be talking about first thing in the morning. Luckily, your parents aren't here.
ところで、ゆうべお風呂で言った私のあそこについてですが。
I choked on my bite. Was that a good way to... What now all of a sudden?
聞きたくないです？
No, I think that might not be the case, I reckon.
なぜ裏声？
I was curious, sure. It was the honest truth that, if she was gonna teach me, I wanted to know. Also, the fuck? Why do you two use reckon? That's an Australian slang.
言ってもいいです？
Okay, if you don't know, on stream, I went through an entire list of Australian slang. A lot of them I didn't know were Australian slang before I talked to people outside of Australia. Reckon was one that I thought was exclusive to Australia, right? So the opposite of other slang that I didn't know about. The fact that he said reckon, like, go ahead.
特に変わりはなかったようです。とはいえ、前の状態を詳しく把握していたわけではないので、そんなに比較はできないですが。
So there wasn't anything abnormal? That's good.
せっかく調べたので、報告しておこうと思ったです。
Right. Well, as long as you're saying it in private and not on the streets. That was a weird way to phrase it. It was almost like a cat going to the trouble of showing its master a cat. After the last bell, Luna came to my classroom, and I came in. No mind.
ゆうた、今日はぬいぐるみを買うのに付き合ってほしいです。
A stuffed animal? Sure, but if that's all, why not get one of your friends to join you? I've, never bought a stuffed animal.
でも、あなたがいいです。
Okay, that's fine. And we had crossed the line and became true lovers, so Luna may have been reluctant to part from me. She was already clinging in the first place. Now that you've fucking fucked, she made me even more clingy. Convincing myself of that, I was now in a much better mood. We grabbed our bags and left the room. Okay, let's go. But where do you even sell stuffed animal? Where do they even sell stuffed animals? Maybe the department store in front of Araragi Station? Is that okay? I think it'll be crowded though. Luna nodded. But why a stuffed animal all of a sudden? I had never seen anything like that in her room. She probably didn't even have one. Your friend's influence?
そういうわけではないです。
What kind do you want to buy?
猫。
Cat? I tilted my head. A stuffed cat. That in itself was nothing abnormal. So you're not gonna get one as a pet?
私 あれから考えていたですが、
She's training with the stuffed cat before she gets a real one.
猫はいずれ死ぬです。
ん？
もちろん生あるものはいずれ死ぬです。ただその時間が、私もちょっと調べたです。猫の寿命はおよそ十数年。
10 to 14 years, I think. Some live a lot longer than that, but, you know.
人間よりもずっと短いです。そして仮に今から飼ったとして、やっぱり先に寿命が尽きるのは猫の方です。
Well, yeah, that's, Luna suddenly stared at the ground. Showing these emotions regularly made her seem so different from her past self. Maybe the reason that's even on her mind is because of what happened with Miko. At one point, Luna had a deadly disease that may have been influencing her emotions as well. She was saying the unabashed truth, so I didn't quite know how to answer. Let's ask Shibuya tomorrow about how she feels about the aspect of having a cat. Not just the aspect of having a cat and then experience its death. Watching it grow up and die of old age. So, are you gonna buy a stuffed animal?
それはそれで買うです。
Already? I see. So she was feeling that way and wanted someone to accompany her.
まあどういう気持ちがあるにしろ、ぬいぐるみとかは女の子っぽくていいのではないかと思うです。
She lightened up as she spoke. Oh, so you think like that too, huh?
これはきっと女性ホルモンの量が増えたせいです。
Look, I know you didn't say it directly, but you are saying it very indirectly. Huh? I tilted my head again and Luna just looked at me, grinning slyly. And seeing that expression, it finally hit me. Are you serious?
いえ、冗談です。
I knew it.
でも女性ホルモンについては本当と思うです。
Really?
だってあんなすごいことを経験したら。
Okay, she's being more direct about it. Luna's face blushed with shyness.
心身ともに変化せずにはいられない、そんな気がするですから。
Yeah, I guess. I scratched the back of my head.
ユータもちょっとワイルドになりました。
What am I, a performer? We locked eyes with one another and giggled bashfully. Part of me was embarrassed about how we were acting on the train, but I was buzzing with joy for the most part. The store we found ourselves boasted a huge selection, making Luna ponder for a long time. Seeing her stare intently at certain toys reminded me of when she first got the cat photo books. The one she ended up choosing was leagues apart from the real image of a cat. As we walked, Luna skillfully unwrapped it and gazed at it in her hands. You need to watch where you're going. It sounded like she was off in her own world. Luna's gaze wandered to and fro when we walked, but once she saw something she liked, she became fixated. I put my hand on her waist in order to prevent her from slamming into anything. Luna obediently stuck to my side. You like ones like this? I personally think realistic-looking ones are cuter.
私も同感です。
Huh?
でもぬいぐるみはあくまでぬいぐるみであって、やっぱり生き物の代わりにはならないです。選びながら私は改めてそんなことを思いました。 だから。
Maybe she felt that if something was fake anyway, it may as well stand on its own. I see that. I can see that. 6:11. Not to be confused with another. Never mind. Not to be confused with another 11th day of a month. I didn't say that. I asked Shibuya at lunch the next day.
猫の寿命
Luna stared intently at Shibuya. When she noticed Luna, she chuckled awkwardly.
そりゃそうよ。猫の方が先に死ぬ。私だってわかってる。でもね、そんなことは考えないようにしているわけ。
So that's it, huh?
もちろんその別れが嫌だから飼わないって人もいるけどね。ま、それはそれ。生き物を飼う以上はいろんな覚悟が必要だろうし、寿命が来ての別れもそれに含まれると思うな。
I mean, look, it's definitely something, you know, as in your childhood, right? It's definitely an experience to have, right? Having experienced a pet die, right? It's a way for someone to experience grief before, like, you know, say a family member were to pass or something like that. Yeah.
まあ、猫を飼うなんて国民の義務でもなんでもないんだし、あまり難しく考える必要ないじゃないかな。
Shibuya tried her best to cheer Luna up.
生き物はいずれ死ぬ。当たり前のことよ。それが嫌なら飼わなければいいんだし。それでも飼いたいなら飼えばいいんだし。それだけのことだって。
Luna nodded meekly. 6:14, or 3 days later. The summon ended in failure again. Luna tilted her head. Man, this isn't really working out. We had been trying for a long time. I couldn't bring myself to say anything, so I just looked at her silently.
召喚が成功するかどうかは2つの要素にかかっています。1つは私の魔力。マジックアイテム作り自体にも関わってきますが、この場合問題になるのは相手との綱引きです。
Tug of war?
召喚とは無理やり呼び寄せることです。相手が望まないとしても。でももし相手の魔力の方が上回っているとしたら。
Luna shook her head as if accepting some fate.
ただ、魔力は一朝一夕には伸ばすことはできないです。だからその場合は事実上無理ということになります。
What's the other factor?
マテリアルの質です。それはマジックアイテムの質にも直接反映されるです。
God damn it. The quality of the materials, huh? I grimaced slightly. We'd already taken so much tonight. We. Damn. But if it wasn't just about the amount, but the quality, then that was an impossibility too.
ただ、マテリアル探しの旅の時、質は注意深く見極めたつもりです。
Oh, okay, good. No, there was nothing good about that. She had just said her manner might be the issue.
私は子供の頃からマテリアルを探すのが好きでした。だから、その鑑定にはちょっとした自信があるです。
Okay. Did you see Did you see Yuta as a material as well? Luna stared intently at my face.
いえ、
You said you can't increase your mana, but isn't there anything you can do? Like an enhancing item? Luna shook her head. Oh. I ended up speaking in a sullen tone. So this meant that our efforts would end in failure. I looked over at Luna and saw that she looked unexpectedly calm about all this.
ゆうた、そろそろお風呂にしましょう。
Okay. Luna got up holding a bunch of my semen in her hands as if they were a plate. So like, what are you gonna do with it? Whoa, that's a lot. It looked like a huge amount in contrast to her tiny hands.
さすがは朝どれ。
Yep. I don't think that affects it. It's obvious because your blowjob was so good. Obviously. Because. The corners of her mouth turned into a smile.
ゆうた、目覚ましの横に置いてあるシャーレ、取ってください。
Are you sure you're not referring to the vial next to his... censored? I mean, yeah. I gave it to her, and Luna dumped the semen inside it.
蓋をしてと。いいマテリアルが取れたです。
Yeah. You were serious then.
当然です。もっとも、あなたのおちんちん、手で握っているうち、フェラチオをしてあげたくなったのも、本当です。
Yep. I felt a jolt of energy rush through my flaccid, censored, hearing her phrase it like that. Luna suddenly wiggled her hips.
熱いおちんちんペロペロしていたせいで、下着取り替えないと。
Don't give him the image, he'll get hard again. That was enough to kickstart my arousal. I just fucking said, fellatio wasn't quite enough. I felt I still wanted to make love to her. The urge was strong, but we don't have time. Being late to school wouldn't have been a big deal, but it wouldn't be prudent with my parents here.
これ、お家に置いてくるです。それから朝ごはんを食べにまた来ます。
Okay. I pulled my pants on and maneuvered myself to sit on the edge of my bed. I don't know why I still didn't do this. I should have felt physically relieved, but I was still lusting for more. I had said we would do it again tomorrow in the bath last night. Could I really hold out until then? It wasn't impossible, but I could barely contain myself. Fuck. And yes, as a result of the battle of the carts, Genji, Overwatch? Genji became even more attached to Lady Rokujo. Even the tale of Genji from Overwatch was arousing me. No, not really. But still, I was erect during the entire class in my seat. It wasn't the first. It's not the first time you've done this happened. Oh, damn. If anyone found out, I might die from shame. I had to be meticulously careful when I stood up. Don't worry, you've got other girls that almost became your wife. I should at least be thankful it's Saturday. The class was over at lunch. So, if we were off, I'd go to lunch with Luna and... once we were off... Yeah, once you were off class, then you could get off with Luna. It was finally fourth period. My final class for the day. I had been staring at the clock. Censored. the clock all day, just praying for it to end. I have the quizzes you took recently to pass back. Come get them in your seating order. Bro, it's like when you have to fucking stand up for a project, and that's the time you stand up for like a speech, and that's the time you start to pop a boner. But this time it's not from a it's from arousal instead of like random teenage hormones. Also, for those of you who didn't study enough to get at least 50 points, we have a mandatory review session afterwards. 50 points? I have 49! Man, this guy sucks. A wave of whining and complaints swept over the class. I joined in happily. Quiet. Also, I don't know why, I thought it said male teacher instead of math teacher. Quiet. You should admonish yourself. If you can't even get half the test right. You gotta be kidding me. Stand, bow. Okay? Don't even think about escaping. If you do, it'll come back threefold. Okay, it was good that I made him a deep voice. Not gruffly enough, though. Gruff enough. Sensei? I rushed over to the teacher's podium. I, had some urgent plans today. Oh, your excuses won't work here. No, he really does. The teacher quipped coldly at me and left the class. What the hell? Do you have any plans? You're never busy. Do you really have plans? You're never busy. Wait, this is Ikeda. The dude bro is the other guy, I think. No, he might be now. He has a girlfriend. Oh, right. It still hasn't hit me that you have one. I swear to God, if you show me that fucking name. What's that supposed to mean? I was too upset to even bother arguing. My dick was the only part of me that stood up to attention. I really am a monkey. I fucking hate this game. It was Ushio's time. Even the monkey falls from the branch eventually. I can't do a fucking voice for Ando when I already use my regular fucking voice for Yuta. Who's the monkey? What? I was defending you. I explained what happened to Luna before I went for lunch. So, long story short, I want you to wait for me. Will you?
別に構わないです。
I know where this is going. I know exactly where this is going to go to. Thanks.
では、私はその辺をぶらついているです。終わる頃戻ってくるので、ユタ、迎えに来てください。
I wonder what's gonna happen. Yuta just so happens to have to stay back a lot longer than usual in school. Meanwhile, Luna's wandering around empty hallways and classes. I was trying to hold back my sneeze and tried to mute the fucking OBS before it came out, but it didn't work out. Either way, TLDR, fucking school sex. Yeah, classroom sex. Got it. Let's eat at the cafeteria first. I was a little, though, really pissed. I had a review session, but this cheered me up. Love really had many effects. Yeah, if only it applied to your fucking grade. Yeah, this wouldn't have happened if you would just, I don't know, stopped sucking. It's over. Owari. The review went on until the evening. My precious Saturday. Phew, it's finally over. Want to hit the arcade with me? Why am I doing Dude Bro with him? I'm good. Huh? You're not free? I'm telling you I'm not, aren't I? Oh, okay. Boo-hoo, I'm lonely without you. Don't put words in my mouth, okay? Fucking game. Why don't you get a girl? That's not the loneliness I feel. That's me. That's me. That's fuck you. So what do you feel then? I left the three of them behind and headed to Luna's classroom. Thank God. I could still hear people practicing on the field, but the school halls were silent and deserted. Her class was empty too, and Luna stood still by the window. All done? Sorry it took so long. I quickly glanced back into the hall and pulled Luna into me. Her body stiffened in surprise. I ignored it and lashed my lips onto hers. Like I said, fucking classroom sex. He can't hold back. He can't even wait until they get home. The tension soon left her body, and she parted her lips to let my tongue in. Our tongues entwined passionately. The silent classroom was filled with our sloppy kissing sounds. When I pulled my face away from her, her doll-like beauty was accented by her flushed cheeks. This is the good way of saying. They used the word accent before, with like during the hate scene, and I was like, it doesn't feel right. That.
どうしたですか急に
I just couldn't contain myself.
Come on.
I mean, this morning, you did that for me. Luna had just tilted her head in confusion.
フェラチオのことですか
So fellatio was incented. Yeah.
でもユータは大量の小種を吐き出したです。であれば我慢ができないというのはなんだか謎ですが。
Is it though, considering that your first time together, he fucking came 3 times? Just because he used cocaine doesn't mean... Never mind. That's not it. Really. Of course, that felt amazing. But it's not like I just want to come now. I want to make love. I want to not hear their crunchy audio. It's like the main course. I can't be satisfied on just appetizers. I've been thinking about it all day.
実を言えば私も同じでした。
I guess she had time to change her panties. I don't know. Luna.
でも時間もないしマテリアルの保存もしないといけなかったので。それにずっと考えてしまった。という私、授業を受けながらあなたのことばかり考えてしまって。
Yeah, but unlike you, he fucking sucks at math, so it's his fault that you have to hold back.
それにずっと考えてしまった。というのも同じです。
You had to hold back much longer than you shoulda. Now I really couldn't contain myself. I looked again out at the hall, and the silence still pervaded. Should be fine, right? Well, even if someone saw, who cares? In my lost-fueled state, it made sense to me. I pressed my lips against hers again, but this time, I stuck my hand under her shirt. My finger grazed her cervix. I was like, I was reading it as fucking cervix, but like that would make sense. Her crevice. And Luna's whole body shook in response. I kissed her for a second, while she regained her composure and found her censored again. Now he's never mind. Even over her panties, the stimulation was strong for her, and Luna winced ticklishly. See, I wasn't too far off with the cervix thing, but if you know how female anatomy is, like, I don't think he can reach it with his fingers. Yeah. Well, maybe she's small enough. Never mind. It's already burning up. Her crevice had a ton of latent heat. Knowing she was horny and ready sent my arousal through the roof. Her fleshy lips jutted out and were slightly stiff to the touch. Yeah, the other lips, not the ones on her face. I could feel heat building in her panties as I rubbed her up and down. I pulled my face away and saw her shoulders heaving up and down. My breathing was rushed as well. Like that.
Yuta, ここでセックス?
I still don't understand why some words are censored but others aren't. Like the fucking act of penis in vagina is not censored, but the two words that make it up the definition do. Well, it's not the full definition, but you know, penis in vagina, penis in ass, vagina on vagina, you know. My unit voice gave weight to the reality, and I swallowed a mouthful of drool. Yeah. Is that no good?
あなたに任せるです.
It's the same thing with when she said fucking fellatio. Like, why is the sexual act not censored, but the word pertaining to the act pertaining to, how do I say it? Dick, cock, and penis is censored. Maybe not dick. I don't know if dick is censored or not. She hasn't said it. Whatever. Yeah. Let's go to your desk. It's that one, right? Yeah, let's go to a different... Oops. This is a different student's desk. Oh well. Just put your hands on the desk.